Hello, this is Michael Gross on the set of Tremors 4.
Did he do that on purpose?
On this movie, we were sitting in this meeting and they said, we got to have Tremors 4. And we said, well, guys, you said Tremors 3 really was the last one. And we closed the loop on the monster. We have this hermaphroditic creature that changes from Graboids to Shriekers, from Shriekers to Asp Blasters. We've revealed that the Asp Blasters lay eggs. The only mystery is when and where do they lay their eggs. So I said, the only thing I can think of to do is, let's just put it in the Old West and pretend like Graboids shoot it in the Old West. And to my total shock, everybody said, oh, that's a great idea.
We wanted to do a gritty, fun flip on the franchise.
Well, nobody's walking away from riches like that.
In a prequel and in a period piece, I think you can sell danger in a different way. You can have a different kind of humor, a fresher take on the humor.
Dandy.
We wanted to go and do something that was much in the tradition of the John Ford Westerns.
When they asked me did I want to do a fourth one, I said to the writers, producers of Tremors, if you are on board, I am on board. It's ironic to me, very ironic. After 7 years of Family Ties, I said to myself, I can't see myself playing another character for that length of time. And yet if you look at Burt, although it's not been continuous, it's been 13 years of Burt Gummer. And I keep coming back to him.
Well said.
I think in some ways, Tremors 4 is more of a throwback to Tremors 1 in that it is very much about a community. It is very much about personal stories. It seems to have a heart.
The wonderful thing about Michael is that he commits totally to his role. And I think whenever you have an actor who is able to not only understand a part, but who is willing to make the full commitment, you get something magical on the screen.
Must you speak in riddles?
Michael Gross, the person, is absolutely divine to work with. A very generous actor, a very classy actor.
Thank you.
I mean, he's been in all of them, so, I mean, he's a big part of it. He's the man, what can you say, right?
You know, he's funny and irreverent and about as rude as they come, frankly.
Faster. Never in a million years did I anticipate being an action advention. Never in a million years did I anticipate being an action adventure hero.
I would say somewhere between Schwarzenegger and Stallone is Michael.
It's fun. At my age, you're sort of let out to pasture to be lawyers and politicians and doctors. And I love the fact that I'm anything but distinguished. I get to wear a cartridge belt. I love it.
I like Michael very much.
Okay. At least you're consistent. This is a waste of time!
In the classic Western, he's the dude that comes from the East, and he's perfect.
Precisely.
We're very pleased that he's getting a chance to really do his stuff for those people out there who love the character.
There's a huge following for Burt, the survivalist character, and all of his guns and his over-the-top, overkill solutions to things.
1 Sharps 52 caliber Buffalo rifle. The character of Burt Gummer has become known for his work with munitions. 1 Henry repeater rifle. Smaller caliber, but impressive rate of fire. Even in the late 19th century, when this is set, there were a number of things that you could draw on to, blow something away.
This character goes on a journey to become the prepared, wonderful, charming Burt Gummer that we've all know and love.
Burt is a very paranoid man, and I think in his own way, Hiram Gummer is as well, because he has almost no skills. And because Hiram avoids a pile of horse dung on the ground, horse manure, and sort of skittishly walks around it in his lovely outfit. In the same way, I think Burt Gummer, much later, regards the world as a place full of nasty little piles one could step in if one is not prepared. But in Burt's case, it's more landmines.
You know, Burt Gummer is a very unique individual with a unique point of view, and I think in these times, all the more fun and challenging and relatable.
Tremors fans are tuning in to see this.
They're ugly. I wouldn't want to be near them.
This is where it all begins. Tremors 4 really takes us back to the creation.
The next thing you hear is this really loud splintering sound.
These are the first ones. This is the, these are the granddaddy, you know, Graboids.
What we decided was we would reveal one new thing for the Graboids. We would reveal them in an earlier form that the audience didn't know existed. We would show that they go through a stage before they become full size. And then the rest of the movie would be rediscovering the rules, like a vampire movie.
They keep learning out every trick.
A vampire movie, the genre has existed for 80 years, 90 years, and the trick in a vampire movie, or the hook in a vampire movie, is the audience knows the rules going in, and they're waiting to see how the people figure out the rules.
Make noise!
The true sci-fi fanatic loves it because we're still an enterprise that uses monsters in 3 dimensions. We use miniatures, we use puppets. They love the fact that we still use puppetry.
Action!
Lucky if they'll even notice me with this around.
One of the gags that we've always wanted to do that's in this movie is someone up on a telephone pole with a graboid chewing the bottom out from under them and sinking into the ground. I forget, that's probably been in scripts twice at least.
Some of these animatronics they do provide an actual threat. The other night, something was attacking me sort of at face level, and I had to pull up and put something in front of it to stop it before it got to me. That's a question of timing. I actually had a sort of hard object coming at my face.
I like to work with the real, you know, with the real things. They're 20 foot long and they're swallowing you down. They're very impressive and a little scary.
There are a certain number of stunts on any of these Tremors movies, but it's nothing that's too difficult. Clumsy, oh! And I really do appreciate the fact that stunt people are there for a good reason.
Your game, Dale. Let's go again.
Redo it again because he's coming out the window differently than I did. I came out and sort of head first, and actually, after doing Tremors 3, wound up having knee surgery for something I tore up in. I wish I could say it was something exotic and wonderful, but I was merely running across a rough patch of land in the dark, and the footing was unsure, and I sort of tore a little cartilage.
Well, that is a concern.
And back to 100%. So I wouldn't hesitate doing any of those things. I mean, it's silly things like refreshing your memory about what it's like to ride a horse. And I've got the saddle sores to prove it, I guarantee you.
I got out here, like took in the surroundings. They said, "Can you ride a horse?" I said, "Sure." And I wasn't sure I could ride a horse, but I knew that the right answer was yes.
Miss Lord, I have something of paramount importance to discuss.
Yes?
I should like a proper bath. Oh, yeah, I had an outdoor shower scene after dusk. Very much. So far, so good. It's because I'm not yet wet.
And feet. Let's cut the water.
Cut.
That's cut.
Can I say dandy?
Yes, indeed. Let's go.
I know there's a huge fan base out there. It found its audience in the video market when word got around and everybody said, "Hey, you got to see this thing. This is unbelievable." And it sort of just spread like a little wildfire.
I think the short for Tremors is Tremies.
Aptly named, it would seem.
There are a lot of Tremies out there.
The Tremors has become something that is driven entirely by its audience. It's creating itself now in a way.
They have seen these things more than I have. So they probably know more than I do about the mythology. I could probably get tripped up in a conversation with a really solid Tremors fan.
We're very careful to adhere to our own rules in Tremors. because they catch us every time we don't.
You know, they know how many Graboids, or they know if we make a mistake with a shrieker, you know.
We made a mistake in Tremors 3. We said that 6 shriekers come out of a metamorphosing Graboid. In fact, it was only 3 in Tremors 2.
I fear they are very intelligent.
But not as smart as us.
No, not as smart as us.
I myself would personally adore going to sci-fi conventions since I'm a sci-fi fan myself. I do feel there's a kind of responsibility to do it the way they'd like to see it. Of course, we still got several more chapters to go.
You know, a year ago, I would have had the answer to that question. It would have been absolutely not. And now I have no idea.
I think we have a ball making the films. Hopefully it is opening up the franchise with new additions to Perfection Valley, new challenges for the residents of Perfection Valley.
I could now play several more offspring of this man. You know, I could play my grandfather and my own father if we ever get that far, if the fans keep flocking to us, which I hope they do. I'm still making movies for the 12-year-old me, you know. For me to be a part of monster history is a thrill.
Let's cut. No, it's not over, man. We can go and, you know, we can go back. We're going to do Tremors underwater.
The monster is now raising its head. The monster is opening its mouth.
You know, Tremors in space.
The monster's now blowing you a kiss.
Tremors inside of Michael's head.
He's now coming towards you. He's retreating. He's, you're worried for your life. No, you're going to be fine.